Hello everyone and welcome back to Mass Effect Wishlist. Today we're going to be going over three things once again. First one is going to be less linear levels, second, manipulative environment, and number 3, level objectives. This week's episode is going to be all about basically the level. So we're basically going to be going over less linear levels and how that's going to play into the next Mass Effect game, and how manipulative environment and level objectives is going to complement this less linear path which I feel the original games have gone. So, without further ado, we'll get on to the first one, which is less linear levels. So first of all, let me elaborate on what I mean by less linear levels. If you have played Mass Effect before, you know that most of the levels are usually structured in a way where you'll go to one place, kill a load of enemies, move on, kill another load of enemies, and then maybe a story thing will happen, and then you basically rinse and repeat until you're done with the mission. I feel that this should not be the case in the next Mass Effect, and I'm going to explain why. By this I do not mean that I want a free roam area. This is what's going to be in the new Dragon Age Inquisition game, and I don't believe that this is going to be correctly tailored towards the kind of game that Mass Effect is. What I want is maybe having 3 or 4 alternate paths which can only be accessible via different members of the team. So you have an engineer, he might be able to open up a locked door, or if you have a biotic person, they might be able to lift the bridge down or something like that, and just have different paths which you can choose so it doesn't feel like you're going the exact same route doing the same things. To further illustrate my point, I can really explain this by going over number 2 and number 3, because these two things will help you understand why a less linear path is going to be good. So we'll start off with number 2, which is going to be manipulative environment. So again, what do I mean by manipulative environment? Mainly the fact that you're going to be able to maybe move a barricade or bring down a wall, stuff to change the environment in order to help you in combat, but also to help you progress through the level. Like I was saying earlier, maybe you have a biotic in the party, and there's maybe a ladder which is on top of a railing, and to get up there you're going to need to use your biotic ability to bring the ladder down. Going up there might make the mission harder, could make it easier, depending on what's up there, what loot is available, all these different things which I think is going to make every playing experience unique and more tailored towards the player. Maybe you can use it in combat as well, so perhaps loads of enemies are coming from the bridge, so you take the bridge down, and once you've taken the bridge down it stops the enemy's reinforcements. Or perhaps you can use your engineer to close a blast door, or maybe choose your engineer to open a blast door to allow Alliance Marines or your mercenary band or whatever kind of allies you have in this game to come and help you, which I think will be a really cool idea to think about. These don't have to be restricted to the mission zones, they can also be done in the hub areas. So perhaps you have a mission to help a guy out of prison, for instance. Maybe you can use your engineer to hack open doors. Perhaps you can use your biotic powers to basically break down the place. All these different things you can do, which I think will be really cool and add something else to the game. Lastly, we're going to be talking about level objectives. Level objectives is going to be quite interesting because this isn't going to be following the same format as a lot of open world games where they have an open zone and you'll pick up missions in that zone and do them there. This is going to be more in the fact that you might find a child and they're saying that their family is somewhere within the village, and you can go scouting around. Maybe they're in an area which is only accessible by biotics or tech powers, and it's only optional, but they'll have some rewards. These level objectives will add something a little bit more interesting to do while you're on the missions, instead of just a case of, like I said before, go to one area, kill enemies, move on, kill more enemies, and keep on going until you've completed the mission. So I think having level objectives will give you something to think about while you're doing it, instead of just killing enemies, I think. Just to round up my thoughts, I think that a less linear level is going to allow level objectives and the manipulative environment to work really well together, because not having a set path will allow level objectives in different areas, and you can miss out on level objectives by going in different areas, which will increase replayability. Having a manipulative environment will allow less linear levels to be more achievable, and it will allow level objectives to have an added problem, as it were. So thank you guys for watching. Please, if you have any suggestions for what should be in Mass Effect, please leave them in the comments below, and like and subscribe. Thank you guys very much. See you next time.